All right, so listen to this. Trump now says he was joking about being a dictator. We're going to look at the videos. You can assess whether you believe that these were jokes. Donald Trump posted to Truth Social, quote, fake news writer Peter Obama Baker of the failing New York Times, readership and subscriptions way down from the good old Trump years, whose claim to fame is that he will never write anything good about the great job President Trump did, just wrote in a major front page story that I want to be a dictator, but doesn't mention it was said in a joking manner and completed with, but only for a day, because I'm going to close the border and drill, drill, drill. A much different attitude and meaning. So let's just look at the backstory, okay? Trump has been saying dictatorial things for months now about what he will do with the Justice Department, what he will do with media critical of him, what he will do with anybody he doesn't like or who's not sucking up to him. So Sean Hannity in last week's town hall in Iowa went to Trump and gave him the opportunity to simply say, of course, I'm not going to be a dictator. Trump didn't answer and change the subject. Here's how it all started.
They want to call you a dictator. You use the words, I am your retribution. And now before that, you said if you've been wronged, and you used other words as well. But I want to be very, very clear on this. To be clear, do you in any way have any plans whatsoever, if reelected president, to abuse power, to break the law, to use the government to go after people?
You mean like they're using right now? So in the history of our country...
That's not a no, huh?
What's happened to us, again, has never happened before. Over nonsense, over nothing, made up charges. I often say Al Capone, he was one of the greatest of all time, if you like criminals. He was a mob boss, the likes of which Scarface, they call him. And he got indicted once. I got indicted 4 times.
So not a denial. And so Hannity realizes, oh boy, this is not good. And later on during the town hall, Hannity goes back and tries to give Trump an out again and says, Mr. President, he's almost begging Trump to just say, of course, I'm not going to be a dictator. And here's where Trump, again, I guess he's joking here, doesn't deny it.
I want to go back to this one issue, though, because the media has been focused on this and attacking you. Under no circumstances. You are promising America tonight you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
Except
Look,
what?
he's going crazy. Except for day one.
Meaning?
I want to close the border and I want to drill.
That's
drill,
not. That's
drill.
That's not.
No, no.
That's not retribution.
I'm gonna be. You know, he keeps. We love this guy. He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, "No. Other than day one."
No indication here that Donald Trump is joking, even though that's the argument he's making. And then here finally, and maybe most unhinged, here is Donald Trump once again talking about this dictator thing at his speech to the New York Young Republican group over the weekend. And again, we're supposed to believe all of this all along was a joke. It's very difficult to believe.
Bad. Baker today in the New York Times, he said that I want to be a dictator. I said I want to be a dictator for one day. But the New York Times said, and you know why I wanted to be a dictator? Because I want a wall, right? I want a wall, and I want to drill. That's true. So...
Tons of jokes, right? I mean, it's so obvious that he's joking here. Even if these are jokes, they're completely inappropriate. But all you have to do is look back at Trump's being enamored with dictators his entire presidency and since it ended, saying he will do dictatorial things, and then not denying that he will try to be a dictator when Hannity asks him about it. At some point, don't we just have to say he's going to try to do the thing that he's repeating over and over and over again that he's going to try to do? Or are we now just looking for new ways to excuse these claims? You tell me what you think, but at some point, you've got to believe what people are telling you they're going to do. I want to tell you about an awesome free weekly 5-minute video series on the economy. It's called Tychos, featuring Richard Vague. The Tychos video series is sponsoring our show today. Richard Vague is an economic expert, former Secretary of Banking and Securities for Pennsylvania. I've always thought that Vague was a great voice on macroeconomics, the US economy, government, individual debt, income inequality. Every week, Richard Vague covers economic topics to keep you up to date with the key economic issues of our time: US debt, forecasts for the US economy, economic challenges facing Europe and China, innovative policy ideas. Richard's the author of the economic bestsellers A Brief History of Doom, The Case for a Debt Jubilee, and his latest book, which I've talked about before, The Paradox of Debt. Really fascinating book about how government deficit spending in the US during the pandemic mostly benefited the top 10%. Richard Vague is excellent at taking really complicated economic issues, making them accessible to anyone. He does a really great job of this with his 5-minute video series. It's called Tychos, which you can subscribe to for free at tychosgroup.org/join. The link is down below.